Hi guys, ciao from me, Ben, and
Hey guys, Todd.
we're gonna demonstrate how to make a real Italian lasagna. So what we're gonna try to make is a beautiful fusion between the American and the Italian cuisine. So here Todd is gonna explain you the ingredients that we're gonna use for this recipe that's very easy, that you can make in probably 15 minutes preparation time and 55 minutes in the oven.
All right, we're just gonna start out. It's just a basic lasagna. We're gonna use some noodles. We're gonna do one version of it that's gluten free. My wife and son have celiac, so we're gonna make them a gluten free version of the lasagna, and we're gonna do a regular one. We'll start with a base of with the lasagna noodles. And then a mixture of ricotta cheese with some egg, parsley, and we'll layer that with some meatballs and some sweet Italian sausage, and we'll top all that off with some mozzarella cheese and some Parmesan cheese.
So now we're gonna make the filling, and Todd is gonna show us how to make the filling for the lasagna. So Todd, what we're gonna use for this filling?
We're going to start out. We've got here, I don't know, probably 3.5 pounds of ricotta cheese. I'm going to add just a handful of chopped spinach here. I'm going to add that. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of parsley, some salt, a little bit of pepper, and then we're going to take the 3 eggs. We're going to crack them. Put them in here. Try to keep the shells out of them. Just going to whip them up real good. We're going to add this in with the ricotta and the other ingredients. There, we're just gonna work that all together. All right, it's starting to come together here. Once it starts coming together, I'm gonna add a little bit of Parmesan cheese. I don't know, maybe a half a cup, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, let's go with a cup. What the heck? There we go. Just gonna work that in together. I don't know. I must have said something funny. Yeah. The cameraman run off the set laughing. All right, so that's
coming out very good. Yeah.
It looks pretty good. Pretty good there. There, I think that just about do it.
Cut. Okay. Yes. Okay, so now we're gonna start making the pork. We're gonna add some olive oil. This is an Italian olive oil that's very good for your recipes. We're using it so we can tell you the name. It's called Caroli. It's a good product you can buy in the store. Now we're gonna add the pork in there, and we're gonna spice it up with some onions and some crushed pepper. And remember, this is an American Italian fusion of the flavors. So what we'll try to do is make it very tasty according to the tradition, but with a new modern taste. So this is gonna cook for I would say 20-25 minutes. We're gonna add in a little bit some oil if we need. We're gonna check the sauce, and then we'll go from there. If we were doing a real Italian dish, and then I'm Italian, so I grew up in Italy, and that's what I learned how to make. We would have first put the onions in there, and then we would have made it very, very crispy, and then we would have added the meat. But like we were saying, this is an American-Italian fusion.
Ben, I got to tell you, I grew up in America, and if I had remembered, I would have put the onions in there to saute them first. But I got ahead of myself and started cooking the pork before the onions. So hey, toss them in there and it'll all cook.
Yeah, and then actually we're gonna see how it comes out. Like this is like an experiment. Good catch there, Todd. Let's see.
Shouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah, it shouldn't. So Todd is adding, stirring it, and then we're gonna add later. So watch the video to see what's the special ingredient we're gonna add to the meat to spice it up. It's an ingredient that not many people know that they can use with sausages and with meat. So watch until the end of the video to discover which one is this ingredient. It's very important. So now Todd is making some sauce over there. We had some sauce in the fridge that we were already in the freezer that we already made a few days ago. He's gonna flash it up with some meatballs.
Some meatballs are just cut up into pieces. Try to keep them flat so that when it comes time to layer them in lasagna, they lay nice and flat, and just makes the assembly of the lasagna a little bit easier and stirs them up. And the side benefit of that, it adds a nice flavor to the sauce.
So now, guys, we're gonna show you what was the special ingredient. Nutmeg. Nutmeg. Not many people know it, but spice it up and flesh it up the flavor.
I'll tell you, Ben, when we first started hanging out, and you told me you were going to add nutmeg to the meat, I thought you were nuts. All right, but I mean, since we've been cooking together and spending a little more time together and that kind of stuff, it really it adds another a depth to the flavor of the meat, and something that I've really come to enjoy.
Yep, it does. And then I ask each one of you, if you're ever gonna make this dish, please use nutmeg. You're just gonna see a completely different flavor in your meatballs and your sausages. It's just fantastic.
Okay, I think we're just about done here with the sausage, so we're gonna get it off of here. And
you guys don't want to cook the sausage through. I mean, you want to cook it, but you don't want to overcook them, because remember, this pasta, this lasagna, it's gonna go into the oven for 50 to 55 minutes. So it's gonna complete cooking in the oven. So fun fact, in the US we say lasagna, but it's more lasagna, because in Italian GN is gne, so you want to pronounce it lasagna. Same thing for bruschetta, you would pronounce it as bruschetta. But just here and there we'll try to show you some of the names, how they're pronounced in different
absolutely we can highlight my lack of knowledge of the Italian language.
Oh no, but you're learning, and he's a good scholar. Actually, he's a good scholar. He's putting so much effort into it, and so we're actually rock and roll.
All right, Ben. I'm gonna flash this up a little bit. I don't like to. I
don't
really
believe
like
it,
to
Todd.
waste.
What are you doing,
But
Todd?
you know that handle's kind of hot. Let me get my towel here.
This is Todd's way. He likes to flash it up.
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna flash it up here. Just gonna add the
Oh,
juice
boy.
right to the sauce.
Oh boy, yes.
All right,
I like that.
All that goodness right there.
Oh boy, yes. That's gonna be amazing.
And our sauce, it's trying to get it up here to a simmer and let the flavors of the meatballs work into the sauce there. Let's say we got another probably hour and a half to let the sauce
an
cook.
hour and a half. You know, you want to cook it through on a medium heat. You know, you don't want to overcook it. Remember, it's gonna go into the oven, but still, you know, you wanna cook it. You know, it's pork. You wanna cook it. Yeah, don't forget that. So now we're gonna start to put together the lasagna. Todd is adding first layer of sauce. It's very important to add some sauce on the bottom of the lasagna pan because you don't want your lasagna to stick.
I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna toss these right into the sauce. Just let them pre-soak just a little bit.
Yep. And we're just gonna.
All right. Why don't you get me a layer going here, Ben?
Yep. So here it comes. We're going to start with a layer of pasta.
Yeah, let's go 3 wide.
Yes. This little trick helps to keep the noodles not to stick to each other, so that's very important. And then he actually helps the noodles to cook better. So the sauce helps the noodles to cook better. So that's a very it's a very handy thing that we can do. Now Todd is gonna start with the filling. Now in the filling, same thing for the sausages. We're gonna flush it up with some nutmeg. Actually, this thing of flushing up with some nutmeg is not that uncommon because if you make a bechamel sauce, you actually need to add nutmeg. In this case, we're not using bechamel sauce. We're using a ricotta sauce, a white sauce. So nutmeg is just perfect. You're gonna see it's gonna enhance the flavor. It's just amazing. You know, just try it out, and it's just gonna be amazing. So now Todd is adding some of this filling. Nice. And
here, Ben, do you want to go ahead and spread that?
Yep. Get these. Usually we're very cautious with salt. We don't like to add that much salt. So what we're gonna do once the layer is been
I think we're gonna have plenty of salt there with what we added and with the salt that we put into the meatballs and the sauce.
Yeah, you don't want to exaggerate on that. It's better that you can always add it at the end if you like it more salty. But for the people that actually like it more salty, what you can add a pinch or two per layer if you want. I think we already have enough salt, so we're good with that.
We're going to add a little bit of the Italian sausage. Now, the Italian sausage I have here is a mixture of sweet Italian and a little bit spicier Italian sausage. There we go. Just a little bit here. Yep. And then we're going to finish it off with some mozzarella. You know, one thing I found is you never have enough sauce with the lasagna.
Yes.
People always seem to be asking for some more.
Yep. Some more sauce. That's
all right. There's that layer. Let's go one more layer.
So same thing as before.
This is going to be the same thing. Same thing. Let's spread. I'll put this on here. You can go ahead and
Yep.
Here, let's get one more. We want to make sure we have some the mixture left for the gluten-free lasagna.
Perfect.
And let's get a little bit more over here. I think that's probably good. And we'll finish it off with a little bit of mozzarella.
Yes, and what's good about mozzarella that when you're gonna bake it in the oven, I will recommend 55 minutes baking it at 375 degrees. So now for the last 4 minutes, what I recommend on broil at the highest temperature, the cheese is gonna melt. It's just perfect. So I think we're good with that. Now we're gonna add some sauce on top.
And there we go, Ben. It's a combination American Italian gluten-free lasagna.
Yep. So now we're gonna make the regular one. We bought an authentic artisan lasagna, and we're gonna make it here, as you guys can see. For this one, it's gonna be a little bit lighter of the other one. It's gonna be more the Italian version. We're gonna use for that still ricotta, and Todd is applying a layer of ricotta. It's gonna be much lighter. We actually weighed the other one, not with a scale, but we kind of guessed how much it was, and then we think it's more than 10 pounds. I mean, it's a beast. It's huge. It's big. So now this one is gonna be a little bit lighter.
Maybe one for a child and one for a man.
God, I'm more the person that does more, like less quantities, more the Italian way, more less, and then Todd makes, he likes to flash it out, and then it's actually a perfect combination. It's actually how much we paid, $3.99 for
$3.99.
12 ounces. I think it's not worth it to make them.
I think it's pretty hard to justify making. Yes. Although we have made the noodles and the pasta, and it's definitely a good time. Especially you can get the family involved. If you got kids, get them involved, and they really like it and enjoy eating something that they've had a hand in making.
Yeah, we do in Italy. My mom, for example, we eat a lot of pasta in Italy. My mom, she rarely makes pasta, her own pasta.
But I think that's an interesting point from American, viewpoint, I guess. When I think of Italians, I think of people, they're making their pasta from scratch all the time, and from learning from you. That's just not the case.
Yeah. Thank you, Todd. That's my point. They just Italians eat quite a lot of pasta that it would not be justified to eat every day. The pasta we use. So
the only thing we didn't add here that I think maybe we could have added was some bacon. I'm a big bacon guy.
Don't tell me that, Todd. Although maybe we can try to make some with bacon. That would be fun.
You're gonna use Ben's a little bit or my little bit?
For me that would be enough. But Todd is pouring it, so I cannot stop it.
There we go.
What we're saying, it's you freeze them, you do the work one time, and then when you're actually coming from work, you just take them out, you put them in the oven. 40-50 minutes, an hour, and your dinner is ready. So that's what I would do.
Just make sure you take it out the morning before.
Yeah, just the morning
so
before.
That it's thawed out.
That's
red, white, and green. What do you think, Ben?
Yes. Let's go with that. Okay.
There we
perfect.
go.
Okay. And then here it is.